All right, let's go ahead and get started. So thank you everybody for joining us today. Really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your, Friday. Hopefully everybody is, ready to go for the weekend and has some, good plans. But wanted to go ahead and talk to you a little bit today about the IPC category. Obviously, the IPC category is a very important piece of the entire smart home space. And we've got some data that's going to go ahead and back this up, but it's the space in which consumers immediately gravitate towards when it comes to evaluating, smart home purchases. It's usually also their first product that they decide to go ahead and bring into their home that's connected. It's either the camera or it's the voice-enabled speaker, right? So again, very important category, very important piece of the overall smart home space. Today, we also have Michael from Miri Technology on the call. Michael is a part of Miri Technology. Miri is one of our largest and best partners with regards to actually building the devices that ultimately get deployed on the Tuya cloud. So Michael's prepared also a presentation for all of you that he will run through after I go through my 10 or 11 slides. So with that being said, again, thank you everybody for joining. I'd like you all, if possible, to hold your questions to the end, or what you can do is you can actually post the questions in the chat group. And then for the other Tuya members, North American BDs who are on the call, please feel free to go ahead and immediately respond to those questions that get posted in the chat. That way, we're operating in real time. And then what we'll do at the end of the call is we'll review those questions and then see if there were any unanswered questions, or if there were any answers to those questions that we need to elaborate on, then we'll go and address those on a one-by-one basis. So why do you have me today, right? So just to kind of give you a little bit of background and my experience in the camera world, right? So I've now been with Tuya for almost 2 years, leading the business development efforts here in North America. And prior to joining Tuya, I actually worked at companies like Hikvision, which is one of the leading OEM providers in the world, as well as actually launching the IPC camera with a company called D-Link, which was one of the very first players in the IPC camera space, right? So a lot of experience selling and participating in this evolution, and have done things that all of you guys are trying to accomplish right now, or have already accomplished in the space. So definitely have a lot of experience again selling cameras, and it's a category that is just near and dear to my heart. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the presentation. Let's see. There we go. So I want to start with Tuya model. Most of you are familiar with our business model and can probably actually give this presentation. But I want to go ahead and just give a quick refresher, right? So who is Tuya? What is it that Tuya does? We are a global platform that enables brands, enables partners to bring to market connected smart solutions. We do that through a number of methods. One is that we actually build and manufacture modules. That module is the connectivity. That connectivity gives that device the ability to then obviously talk to our cloud. That cloud is locally deployed here in North America on either AWS or Microsoft Azure. The last piece that we do is that we actually give you the ability, or the consumer the ability, to control or interact with that said device. And we do that through, as you guys most know, building out customized and unique customer experience specific to our brand partners. The other piece that we do, which is kind of unique to or new to this overall slide, is that the control panel. That control panel can really be any number of different things. It can be the voice speaker in the home. It can be a gateway device. It could be the router, or it could be, again, the mobile device. So the thing that I really want to drive home here is that no matter what the consumer chooses when it comes to that control panel, ultimately that control panel will work on our platform and give the consumer the ability to interact and work with the smart home devices that they decide to put in their home. And it's not just the consumer, of course, business customers as well. The last piece is, again, representative of what we're doing here today, which is we have great relationships with all of the device manufacturers. We have a lot of factories that deploy and work with us on connecting devices that ultimately you guys all buy from. So the factory relationships is very important and a big piece of the overall solution that we bring to the table. So talking specifically about IPC, as consumers evaluate and try to determine exactly what it is that they want to do with the connected smart products, I think it's important to highlight the fact again that that smart terminal will ultimately be workable or supported if you decide to deploy Tuya products. Whether it be a voice speaker, whether it be again, the phone, no matter what that smart terminal ends up being, it will ultimately work with all of said Tuya devices. The IPC category in particular is a category that is extremely important. One of the main reasons why it's so important is because it gives you, the brand partner, the ability or the opportunity to bring in, MRR or monthly reoccurring revenue. You can do that through a number of different value-added services. That can be, a value-added service as simple as analyzing the data that the device is ultimately reporting back to the cloud. It can be extending out the time horizon on their subscription for that video playback. It could be the AI functionality as it relates to the different scenes or the different recipes that you ultimately want to build out, so that if a door opens up, then immediately the camera go ahead and turns on and starts recording. And again, there's all kinds of different scenarios. There's all kinds of different recipes. There's all kinds of different smart scenes that ultimately you can build out that will deliver, ease of use and functionality to the consumer or the business's use of said devices. And really one of the key components of that overall, deployment, again, is the IPC camera. So what is it that, again, Tuya does specific to cameras? We do the smart leaking that I just talked about, but more importantly, we're a platform. The camera category is a very important segment or piece of that. But as most of you know, Tuya is much broader in scope and scale. At this point today, we've already deployed more than 30,000 product types. That gives you the ability to participate in every segment of the business while, again, focusing on a category that consumers are going to gravitate towards. And if you sell them a camera, then again, you know that you have the ability to then talk to them about additional other products and build out that user experience. One of the things that's very important to Tuya, and I'll go into more detail later, is just safety. If consumers or businesses are going to be bringing these devices into their homes or their places of business, it's important that they know that that device is safe, right? That there isn't going to open them up to any potential hacking or any type of scenarios where that leaves them vulnerable. So safety obviously is a very big part of what we do, and we've got some great deployment methods to address that again I'll go into more detail. Let's talk about support. So support is kind of a unique piece, right? So obviously we want to make sure that we're providing an efficient service. I talked a lot about already scene linking and the recipes that you can build out. Cloud storage, again, another opportunity that you can go ahead and add value-added services and provide additional functionality to your customers. The piece that I hadn't talked about yet which is firmware updates. As you know, and if you've partnered with Tuya, just even over the last year, you've seen a lot of innovation being brought to the category, whether it be the camera category or additional functionality, even HomeKit compliance. So there's lots of things that we're constantly improving upon additional services that we're building, new user experiences that we're bringing to the table, and through the execution of firmware updates and the the OTA pushing, that those devices that you're putting into the home today will be better and have additional features or services for your consumers in the future, again, through those OTA updates. Talked about this. I can't stress this enough, and you're going to be challenged whether you're talking to a business or even a retailer or whoever your channel of distribution is. They're going to want to know about the safety and the security of the devices that ultimately that they decide to buy from you. So what does Tuya do in this space? To answer your question, we do almost everything. So whether it be the ISO standards specifically related to security, we have that certification. Whether it be GDPR, which is a long-standing European standard, we have that certification. The most recent certification that we can provide today is CCPA, which is the California Consumer Protection Standard with regards to data security. I'm sure that all of you guys, as you were surfing the web, start to notice the new disclosures and the new opt-in features that we all had to execute as we surf the web. That is a direct correlation of CCPA going into place. We at Tuya have that certification, and more importantly, what we do in this space is we actually go out and contract the industry leaders. So it's not just us doing a self-assessment, determining that we are compliant. It's actually us going out, identifying who the experts are in each individual space, contracting them to test and to evaluate our deployment methods and to verify that what we say is actually true. So again, I would, as you guys start to evaluate this category, because the camera category again is one where consumers are going to want to understand and know more about just because it's a video device. Rest assured that if challenged and if you need the documentation to go ahead and support the different certifications or the different proposition that you're putting in front of them, that we have that to go ahead and empower you to make that sell. So talking about, again, just, Tuya Smart and the overall category and specifically related to the IPC camera category. So Michael's going to go into more detail, but it's not just, the average camera that you put in your home. It's the, entry point. It's the smart doorbell. It's the floodlight cam. It's the outdoor camera. It's the camera system that you may deploy around, your place of business. It's the camera that you put behind the register. So multiple use case scenarios for the camera category. And, all of those categories obviously are supported on the Tuya platform. And including, like I mentioned, the cloud storage, the AI functionality, object identification, human detection, all of the additional things that ultimately we can help deliver and support in the IP camera space. So our services, I'm not going to go through each one of these in detail because I've actually already articulated a lot of these points. But some of the ones that I think are important is that, again, really crafting and putting together the go-to-market strategies and the messaging that you want to ultimately use to convince customers to buy more IPC cameras from you. So whether it be, again, the safety and the security aspect, whether it be the active defense and really kind of building out some story and some message around protecting one's place of business or home. Please, partner with Tuya on that messaging, and we can, again, help you kind of craft that overall visualization of what the value-added services are specifically related to the category. We have to win in the IPC camera space, and I've got some slides, and Michael's got some slides later to show you just to why, again, the camera category is so important. IPC scene linking. Again, I've talked about this a lot, but 30,000 device types. That is, just insane if you consider somebody's home, right? Obviously, we're talking about lighting. We're talking about, air purification. We're talking about door sensors. We're talking about everything that can potentially be deployed in a consumer's home or a place or somebody's business. that device, ultimately, we can go ahead and build out scene linking specific to that consumer's needs or that business's wants, and to deliver a solution that will offer a comprehensive solution, again, all working together and, to that consumer's specific needs. So smart scenes, again, can't drive this, home enough, right? The other thing that I want to call out, and I think that it's listed here, is that if you want to go ahead and cast that video, whether it be to an Amazon Echo or Google Chromecast, so video just isn't an interaction with the application or the phone, right? Video is much more expansive than that. So if you have an Echo type device and you want that video to be displayed on the Echo Show, you just can say, Alexa, show me my front door. And then that functionality is already built into your, your solution and your home. Or, hey, Google, go ahead and show me my outside or my backyard on the Google Chromecast. We have that ability, and that is already, functionality that is inside the products that ultimately you can buy from Miri. So this is my last slide before I turn it over to Michael. But the thing that I want to talk about here is, again, very important. We all see a ton of cameras out there in the market, whether it be, walking into a Best Buy or Costco or wherever it may be, looking on Amazon. Cameras are everywhere. And don't get me wrong, this space is unbelievably competitive. So you do have to get your solution right and your product positioning and your product marketing right. You have to get your price point right. And obviously Miri is going to be able to help you guys do that. But the thing that I want to drive home here is that even from an adoption point, I'm sure that all of us going into this call and again, just evaluating what we see in the market would have assumed that the penetration rate was much greater than it actually is. So the point here is that we're only today sitting at, let's say, video doorbell, 17%. That means that there's still a huge amount of opportunity for you to take advantage of and you to go ahead and actually deploy products and participate in what we all know to be a very fast growing category. And then again, if you guys need this data or if you want this information, and it's much more expansive than this, it's not just this one slide, please let us know, and we will empower all of our partners with the data from some of the subscription services like Statistica that we actually subscribe to. So again, Michael, I will go ahead and turn it over to you. I'll stop my screen share, and then we'll let you take it away.
Okay, thank you. Cool. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So let me first to start with my screenshot. Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, we can see your screen, Michael.
Okay, thank you. So good morning, everyone. This is Michael from Miri. Nice to meet you, all of you guys here. First, I want to say thank you all you guys to join our online conference meeting in this very special period because of the coronavirus. And second, I want to say thank you. My best partner, Tuya, gave me this opportunity to share my presentation. So thank you very much once again. So now let's start my presentation. There will be two parts in my presentation. The first part is market analysis. Okay, and the second part is about Miri company introductions. Regarding the USA market, we can see from the full report from 4 organization research companies, it's very obvious showing light the growth of the smart home market increasing very fast for the future market. And take a look back of our company's smart security business. For last 3 years, we almost achieved 3 or 4 times increasing. I believe this is still in very early stage. We cannot imagine how big it will change, but I'm sure it definitely will be very positive. So based on Tuya IoT platform and deep technology, Tuya IoT had integrated, just Andrew said, like more than 30,000 products. So Tuya make all smart home products in one app. So Tuya make the products more and more smart and make the consumer more convenient to use one app to control all smart home products. So it's really reduce many headaches, you know. So moreover, Tuya is an open IoT platform as well. Tuya make the international business more and more easy. So Tuya can help the customers to find the right suppliers and also help the supplier to find the right customers. Okay. So we can see from the second report, this is regarding the smart security. So from this report, we can see different kinds of security parts. For example, like lockers, harbors, alarms, cameras, and the sensors. So from the first report, we can see the cameras is in the ranking number 2, which is after sensors. But when we take a look from the right report, so the camera's value is much, much bigger than all the other products. So from the report, we can see from 2019 to 2022, the business increase is really too fast. And in 2022, the camera values we can forecast can reach around 5.6 billion. So it's really a huge market for us. Okay. And this is today some current big customer, some big players in USA market. So you can see the Arrow, Ring, Nest is leading the market. And of course, we still have a big space for our business. And we also did some analysis from the Amazon platform. So you can see the red line is for 2019, and the green one is for 2020. So, you know, for last 6 years, due to the virus situation, it looks very tough. But from the response from market, the IP cameras is almost double increase compared to last year. And from the security cameras category, we can see from some data as well. You can see the doorbells and the baby monitors and IP cameras is increasing a lot. This data is from last 6 months. So we can see this big potential for the smart security. And from all above report, we can assume that the smart category will be a bright future. And especially for the smart cameras will be a high requirement from market. We will keep working with the Tuya very closely for the IoT and bring the changes for the market. It will benefit for the customers and the consumers. So now I will give more presentation about my company. So who we are. So my company name is Miri, and we are located in Hangzhou. So we are focusing on the smart home video surveillance development and as electronic consumer products. So for most of my customers in their first month, we are come from Shenzhen, but I'm proud to say for the smart security, the best company are all from Hangzhou. For example, like Hagen Vision and Dahua is in same areas with Miri. And also Hangzhou is a very internet city, for example, like Alibaba. So now Tuya and Miri is coming as well. So I hope when next time you come to China, please come to Hangzhou to visit with us. So most welcome. This is our team members. So we have around today more than 140 employees in our companies. And mainly 60% are from R&D department, and the rest is sales and the supply chain team. So this is our advantage. We have a complete R&D department for capability. So we have our server team, we have our app team, we also have our embedded software to work very closely with our Tuya team. We also have a full range of our products. We also can provide continuous new product development. And we also have a very strong technical support capabilities. we can provide the customer-sized business for OEM and ODM, because today all major business for OEM. And you can see from our team, we have more than 15 years working experience in these industry areas. And now we have more than 8 employees from the R&D department. And even though we are still require more and more engineers to join with us. So even last 6 months, because of the various situation, we are never stopped. And we have served more than 100 plus brands in the world. And we already exported 40 countries. And for last year, we have achieved a very good values. We already reached around 3 million pieces for the shipment of the IP cameras. And regarding the Miri and the Tuya story, we started the cooperation from 2015. Tuya started the company in 2014, and Miri started the company from 2015. So our cooperation is almost started in a very early stage. So, because based on the last 5 years cooperation, so Miri is the largest IP camera manufacturer on Tuya platform. As the IP cameras is very, they need some high technology, and also sometimes is really some complicated compared to other products. So, but both Miri and Tuya are mainly focused on R&D development, and we have a strong team backside to give the best service and give the best support to our customers. So now we are the most reliable supplier on Tuya platform. And this is our market. And today our main market are from North America. The second is Europe. And the number 3 is for Australia. And also some new market, for example, like Brazil, Korea, and Indonesia. They are coming up very fast. And also more and more new market is coming. And this is some retailer where our customers are selling our product. For example, like in the North American, we have Walmart, Best Buy, Home Depot. And also in the Australian market, the biggest DIY retailer like Bunnings. And for Euro, Kingfisher.
And Michael, I think it's important to stress here that, again, these placements or these customers that you're listing are, again, your branded partners. Your customers are selling to these retail environments. This isn't like you guys selling to them direct. This is, again, just similar model to what Tuya delivers, which is we are behind the scenes. We're not bringing to market any products ourselves. This is, again, you guys are empowering all of the branded partners that are buying products from you guys, and through that partnership, they have won business at these retailers.
Yes. So exactly. Today, because this is our customer. So exactly. That's no we are. Yes, it's correct. Yes. Okay.
Again, I think that's an important point. Is that a lot of these factories that ultimately you decide to buy products from, sometimes you have to compete against their house brands. That's definitely not the case with Miri. They are, again, a true enabler and focus solely on the OEM business.
Yeah. Okay, so for next, I will give some more introduction about Miri products today for the categories. So for first, we can see the first page. This page is mainly for the indoor cameras. So for indoor cameras, now we have indoor pan and tilt cameras, baby monitors, and indoor fixed cameras. And we also have some other products which combined with our camera modules. Like, for example, like pet feeders. And the second page is regarding the outdoor cameras. So for outdoor cameras, we have battery cameras, portrait cameras, floodlight, outdoor pan and tilt cameras, and smart doorbells. So let's go into details. So for the indoor fixed cameras, we have several designs. And of course, more and more new designs is on the way. So you can see our designs is much different from market. So for example, like Mini 2S, it looks like a watch, which is very special designs. And we are giving OEM for the big brand like Energizer. And for Mini 7S, of course, this one is the best seller in Walmart.com. And also, just Andrew introduced in a presentation, like for all these cameras can support with working with the Google and Alexa. And also we have the function to support, for example, like in the fixed camera, we support the SD card storage, and also we can support the cloud storage. So it depends on customer requirement. They can choose in the app. So we have, and for the recording, we have the event recording, and we also have the 724 recordings. Yeah. And the maximum SD card we can support 128. So for this Endofix camera, it looks very nice and very mini designs, and which is also very flexible for installations.